God's timing is rarely our timing, which is why one of the most frequent cries in the Psalms is, how long? How long? Why not now, God? What possible reason could you have for making this protracted suffering even longer? I love what the commentator Victor Hamilton says: God's delays are not necessarily God's denials. And as some of you endure what seems like a long period of God's delay, know that it is not necessarily his denial. They had languished in Egypt for 400 years, but now, on this day, in a public way, God would call a man to go and initiate their deliverance.
I'll end up exactly where he wants me to end up. Do you know a young man named Joseph, who wasn't even an Egyptian, became the second most high, the highest official, second highest official in the country of Egypt, and he wasn't even an Egyptian? How? Because God willed it so. God sent him to Egypt through the hatred of his own bloodline. God can use anything and anybody to get you where he wants to take you. And so I just came to tell somebody who came in here feeling sorry for yourself, and came in here just feeling, woe is me, nothing good ever happens to me. I'm always the last one hired and the first one fired. And you got your little sad song that you've loved to sing. I came to tell you, pick up the needle, put on a new song. I am who God said I am.
We all have things we're waiting on. Waiting for a dream to come to pass, waiting for our health to improve, waiting to meet the right person. We know God put the promise in our heart, but we wonder why it's taking so long. But the scripture talks about how there is an appointed time for the promise to be fulfilled. If there's a right time, that means any other time is the wrong time. If you don't understand that God will always be right on time, then the delays, the detours, the waiting periods will cause you to be frustrated. It's not enough to just trust God. You have to trust His timing. He knows when you're ready. He knows when it's the right person, when to open the door, when to turn it around. If it's not happening yet, you have to be mature enough to accept that it's not the right time. Instead of living upset, why don't you do like David and say, God, my times are in your hands. You know when to bless me, when to promote me, when to deliver me. God, I trust your timing.
Well, God is an on-time God. Yes, He is. He's an on-time God. He's seldom early, but He's never late. Ask Lazarus if he was ever late. Lazarus, he's about 4 days late. Decomposing body, worms working their way into the eye socket by the time Jesus got there, and Mary and Martha had set their watch by it. The real thing of faith is, do you trust God's timing?
I came to tell you, your timeline is in the hand of your God. He knows what He started in your life. He knows where He's taken you, and you got to walk by faith and not by sight, and stop getting mad at all the people around you. It's not their job to elevate your life. God is the one who will exalt you in good time. Humble yourself under the mighty hand of God. In due season, when the time is right, He will exalt you.